When it comes to breaststroke, we often see two very different styles of kicking. Some people kick with their legs very wide, with their knees opening out a lot to the sides. Others kick with their legs much closer together, with their knees only opening about as wide as their hips. These two kicking styles generate different amounts of propulsion and create different sensations in the water. Especially, the drag caused by the thighs during the leg recovery phase is also very different between the two. Today, I'm going to break down the technique so you can understand which style is more effective and which one suits your body best. First, let me quickly explain the basic principle. In breaststroke, the legs go through two phases, the recovery phase and the propulsive phase. Many people only pay attention to the propulsive phase, but actually, the recovery phase plays a very important role in your speed. If you recover your legs in the wrong direction or open your knees too wide, your thighs will create a lot of drag in the water. It's like you're dragging two boards underwater. So, whether you recover your legs wide or narrow will determine whether your technique is effective or not. Now, I'll talk about the wide kick style first. A wide kick means that when you recover your legs, your knees open out a lot to the sides, and your feet turn strongly outward. The path of the kick forms a very clear V shape. This style has a big advantage. It's very easy to learn. Beginners often find it comfortable because when recovering the legs, the knees open wide so it feels relaxed and not restrictive. Additionally, the wide kick gives a strong sense of power. Because the surface area pushing against the water is large, each kick feels really satisfying and you can clearly feel the force. This style also helps with balance, so beginners tend to sway less when swimming. But the wide kick also has a major drawback that most people don't notice. The drawback lies in the leg recovery phase. When you bend your knees and open them wide to the sides, your thighs end up horizontal, like two doors blocking the flow of water. This creates a lot of drag. Your body almost slows down right before you kick. So with every kick, you have to use extra energy to make up for the speed loss during the leg recovery phase. That's why, even though a wide kick seems powerful, overall it's very exhausting and doesn't achieve high speed. Also, because the kick path is too wide, the force is spread sideways rather than pushing forward, so the propulsion isn't very effective. If you open your knees too much, your hips are more likely to sink, making you use even more energy. Next is the narrow leg position. This is a common technique in modern breaststroke. With the narrow leg position, when you pull your legs in, your knees only open just enough, about the width of your hips. Both thighs are almost behind your body, not flaring out to the sides. With your feet, just rotate them outward enough to generate force, keeping the kick compact and focusing most of the power backward. The biggest advantage of this style is that it minimizes drag when pulling your legs in. Because the knees are close together and the thighs are near each other, the water flows smoothly past without hitting a wide surface like in the wide kick style. Thanks to that, you can maintain a steady speed throughout your entire stroke cycle. When you kick backward, because the kick is compact, all the force is focused in the direction of forward movement, helping you swim faster and with less effort. This is exactly why almost all professional breaststroke swimmers use the narrow kick style. This style is very optimal for those who want to swim long distances or want to swim lightly but still fast. However, the narrow kick also comes with some challenges. First, the narrow leg tuck phase requires good flexibility in the knees, hips, and ankles. Anyone with stiffness in the hips or ankles will find it very difficult to pull their legs in the right direction. Second, because the kick path is small, beginners often feel like they have no power, which makes them less confident. And third, this technique requires better control. You need to know exactly which direction you're moving your legs. To make a clear comparison, it's like this. When you tuck your legs wide, there's more resistance, but it's easier to practice. When you tuck your legs narrowly, the resistance is very low, but it requires your muscles and joints to be more flexible. When you kick wide, the force is strong but gets dispersed. When you kick narrow, the force is smaller but more focused and effective. Wide kicks are suitable for beginners. Narrow kicks are better for those who already know how to swim or swim long distances. So, which style should you choose? If you're a beginner or your knees are stiff and it's hard to rotate your legs, you can start with wide kicks to get used to the feeling. But once you can swim, you should gradually switch to narrow kicks for more effective, lighter, faster swimming that uses less energy. If you swim for fitness, long distance swimming, or want to swim beautifully with modern technique, then narrow kicks are an excellent choice. But if you have good hip flexibility and enjoy the feeling of strong power, wide kicks are also an option. How about you? Which kicking style are you using? Comment wide or narrow to let Fu know. And if you want Fu to make more videos guiding you on how to do narrow kicks with proper technique or exercises to help you rotate your legs better, just leave a comment below. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next lesson.